Cool. Cool. Good morning, Leanne. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Ros. I'm well, thank you.
Good. I'm feeling like a little mouse this morning. I'm down low. I'm still not quite in my final setup in this office, but as you can see, whichever way I am, as you can see, there is a chest of drawers there with a little, that's the one I had on the wall last week, the painting there, it says trust, right where my finger is, that one. And
Lovely.
Good morning to Vanessa as well. I think there's a book each side of that.
Good morning, honey.
Oh, you can see it better that way.
I can, yes. I can today.
Yeah, you'd love to know what's ahead for me. Yes. We'll move into those a little bit later. It's great to see that there's some comments starting to come in. So I was doing my daily live this morning. Sorry if it's bouncing. I'm still actually using a fold-up table here as part of my office furniture till my real stuff gets here. So occasionally I might bump it. Yeah, this morning I was doing my usual at 8 o'clock and I didn't have any live watches for some reason, which is neither here nor there. I still do them. And I was starting to wonder if I even had my chat working. So we do here at the moment. So that's there. So all good. And whose did I just put up then? That was Shalisa's. Yes. Yeah, good, because we'll get to them shortly. And Ashton, how are you, Ashton?
Good morning.
And Cherie Louise, I'm just going to pop some of these up on the screen because we can. It's one of the wonderful things with the technology we've got in it and why we're here. How come we're doing this? Because we love doing it. Yeah, it is, isn't it? So Debbie, hi, how are you? We've got Lily here, Lily Hayes. And the questions are there, but we'll go through those a bit later because that seems to be the format that I've picked to do this as, because I'm the one with the finger on the controls.
You're on the pulse. I love it.
Today I can do it because I am in the Port Elliot location where I do have my Mac Etherneted, which if you know computer terms, that means it's a corded one. I've got it into the wall direct, so should be a better stream rather than just relying on Wi-Fi. Which
touch wood. So far it seems a lot clearer.
Oh, yeah. I think some of those issues with the pixelation and that have been sorted. Whether the recording itself does the same thing, who knows? We'll find out when we go to, I do re-watch the recording at times just in case there's something I need to go and edit out. Haven't had to yet. So, and there's Ant. We've got a hello there and a question, of course. Yes, Adair. Hello, lovelies. Hello, Adair. And Susan is saying hi as well as wanting to know, asking a question. And Jessica, I think she might be one of your regulars. She shared the love, knows the process.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Thank you, Jessica. And it is just a reminder at that point too, because I have actually found the cross-posting function again. I think it should be showing up on 4 other pages, I think. So it's on Leanne's Psychic Medium. What's your page? Leanne Winston Psychic Medium, the live video hub, not the Be Livers, the My Pages. So anyone that's on those other pages that's cross-posted, make sure that wherever you're seeing it, that it's the mytimetv.live up the top or down the bottom if you're on a mobile. So long as you're on the mytimetv.live page and putting your comments in there, that's where you'll actually have me see your comments so that I can put them up like that we have been. So, and hi, Nita. And coming back in to this page, all of the comments are there, so that doing that, but also sharing it out as well was the other part of it I was suggesting as well. I know that I'm the control, and that's with you know.
She hasn't had to mute me yet. I'm using it myself.
No, and I forget sometimes to unmute myself if I've had to do a cough or a whatever as well. So, it's all part of that. And it's just simply sharing it around. If you know there's someone else out and about there that would really appreciate just listening into whatever it is we actually chat about, or, the possibility of the minute, having a card or something like that, new questions answered. So, hi, Tina. How are you? And this is the part that I've not tried. I'm not going to watch parties. So thank you, Adair. Just saying thank you.
And anybody can do that if they want to. Below the video, there's a watch party button. You can hit that and it'll record this onto your page as well. And people on your page will then comment in your watch party.
Yeah.
You just might be able to be seen on the screen.
That's exactly it. Those comments in a watch party won't be seen by me to put up on the screen like we do. But you might not care if your comments go on the screen, but just wanting to ask questions. So hi to you too, Wendy. So with all of this and the technology and everything, technology still being a wonderful tool that it is, but at odd times it's not.
We're still in retrograde though, aren't we? Mercury retrograde.
Yeah. And your experience on the weekend and mine last week with data and linking, because I have at Meningie, I have cancelled that Internode internet account because I'm not there often enough to be using it in that way. So I rely on the Wi-Fi box that I've got. It ran out last week. That's fine. So there's technology. There's so many different aspects. And what was it that you mentioned that you had happening with you last week?
On the weekend?
Like on the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, so we went off to Renmark to do an expo up there, and when we stayed about 15, 20 minutes out of Renmark, the shack on the river didn't have internet, and we didn't have phone service there either. So it was the old wolf service phone that you got to hold and dial the handle and sit at the computer, like at the phone sort of thing. Yeah. So, but personally, we didn't have our phone service there because I think it was just out in the middle of nowhere, but it was absolutely beautiful and peaceful, sitting in the middle of an orchard on the river.
Yeah.
So, it's gorgeous.
Oh, that does sound wonderful. It's even for myself, when I was choosing not to use the data, I just decided one of those afternoons I would have posted it in my thing, just saying, look, I'm just choosing to stay off Facebook, off the internet altogether. I was trying my hardest to stay off everything, and I did. But it does bring to my mind those things that we actually rely on ultimately all the time. I just realised I've got my iPad below me and on. I didn't want that. And there's one thing, a tool, one of those things that we become so ingrained in our habits, in what we use, what we pick up to do these days in the technology that we're using, that once we've decided not to, you really got to think hard. Like I had to think hard, no, I'm not using it. I'm just not going to. And then I'd pop in once. I did say I'd pop in once a day if there was, to check if there was any messages, because that's how a lot of what we do now is working via Facebook. You have someone book online, you've got to check that you're answering so that you're not missing out on helping someone in a timely manner,
That's it.
So,
and that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And it got me to thinking about other things.
Yeah.
You've got something happening in the background there.
I'm laughing at my mum. She put a comment up there saying, Ros, it was lovely. Leanne's phone wasn't going off all the time.
Just found it.
Thanks, That's it. And that's the thing. We don't realise how addicted or how much we rely on these things. Social media is an amazing thing, but it can be addictive, and it is a time waster. But I guess for like yourself and I, Ros, it then creates our business isn't that 9 to 5 days a week, because the messages, the emails, looked at my my shop phone this morning, and I've got messages that one woman has spammed me, calling me constantly on Sunday. There's something like 11 missed calls from this one person, and I'm thinking it's not even within business hours side of it. So one of those calls that I just, you get to when you get to.
It is, but it's also that assumption that because it's almost everybody does have their device close to hand. I mean, I've got my phone sitting there. I hardly use it, the phone, because it's too small. That's why I'm in front of a screen, as in the Mac, or I had it. Or the PC when I was doing that and the rest. And the convenience of an iPad or any other tablet that's big enough to read.
Definitely.
It's just the difference, I feel, in what is that automatic, because it's the, doing the hypnotherapy as I've trained in and that type of work as well. It's that what we're trying to break there is that thoughtless, it's that automatic and moving into the subconscious stuff, right? And it's that we've so become used to without thinking that even in the old days, before all this technology, we had become so used to electricity. None of us in our lives have lived without electricity and the convenience of having that power source. None of us in our generations back to my parents did. They didn't have electricity. So that era, that generation did experience the old way of doing everything pretty much. It was ride to school or walk to school on a horse or using a cart. It was with physical books and pens and pencils. There's not so much of the, even an iron you'd do on the old stove, you'd heat it up on, you'd have your stove there, wood stove, heating, you'd heat the iron flat, and that's what you'd actually iron with the spray bottle to give it some steam to get the crinkles and wrinkles out. All of our fabrics now are like, this sort of thing. I choose them so that I don't have to iron.
I was going to say, who irons? Because I couldn't tell you the last time I did.
I don't remember the last time I ironed.
I had a friend ring me a couple of weeks ago and said, do you have an iron? And I said, yes. She goes, can I borrow it? And I need it now. And I'm like, I wouldn't even know where it is. It's still probably.
I know where my 2 irons are, and I'm thinking, oh, wow, I haven't used them. I'll still keep them. I'm not going to give them away.
Yeah.
One of them, and it was one of those things on Facebook, sharing the sites on a Weber, Monday Collaborate. There's different ways we interact on our Facebook pages or social media of any type. It was the idea of the wax wraps. These ones were vegan, but the wax wraps where you do cotton fabric and you melt beeswax and you iron that over evenly so it's thin, and when you're actually sealing, it's instead of Glad wrap, it's instead of the plastics, and it's reusable, and they do last, from 6 to 12 months if you care for them properly, and it's just a recycling. I'm just laughing at that one. Guess who's ironing sheets at work? Sheets. Oh my goodness. Well done to you doing sheets. Oh, gosh.
You've got one, honey. Probably a big press.
Yeah, well, I've got 2 at the moment. I don't know if they work. You girls look great on the big screen. Oh, yay. I like being on a big screen.
She hooks up to her TV, I think, through a Chromecast. So she, wow.
Yeah, and it does. Because I do the same thing occasionally. I don't do it for everything because my stuff isn't in a lounge room, like the TV isn't here. But it is, can't add pic though. Why is that? Add a pic though. Okay. I haven't tried that. Because it's the older Chromecast little attachment that goes in, and I've got the older TV that was Mum and Dad's. But it's still a really good quality TV as far as the picture goes, and it is fun watching on a big screen because it is like that. It's not just
I should do my
this.
study that way. My online studies.
Look, if you've got access to your own TV and can do that, it makes it easier to see.
We've got Chromecast set up in the lounge room, and my husband has hooked his phone to it and that, but he hasn't hooked any of my devices. We have one in our bedroom that doesn't have an aerial, so I could sit in bed, tilt the bed up, and sit there and watch the workshops in bed.
Oh, gosh, yes. Well, yeah, if you choose to do that. My choices with my bedroom are no electric. As much, we got so used to having the alarm radio thingy and your bedside lamps. That's all I'll have is the bedside lamps. That's all I want. A light fan thingy. I've installed the ceiling fan in each of the bedrooms here now that I'm back. So they have a light on it. That's the electrics there. When I get the bedside lamps, that'll be it. Purely because of the electromagnetic field while you sleep, turn off as much as you can. Don't have a TV in your bedroom. I think that's probably the worst because that's actually the radio waves or whatever things they call it. It's microwaves of some sort that are transmitting digital waves. My choice. That's what I've chosen to do. So
I'm thinking our TV probably only collects dust. I don't even know if it's plugged in because it's got no antenna.
With the Chromecast, does it need to be on an antenna? Does someone know that's here in the screen? Because
that's
actually don't know.
Because the Chromecast is actually out in the lounge room at the moment because he was doing something out there. So, yeah. So
I wonder if that's because that comes through your NBN data stream and stuff like that, doesn't it? That line of Wi-Fi. Interesting.
I would say so.
Something to look up at some point. And here you got Ray went to. I'm just popping up little comments.
Hey, gorgeous lady.
Yeah. Look, it does give us so much versatility and variety of what we can do with, doing this type of live stream that we're doing now. And just a reminder for those on other pages, do come over to the mytimetv.live page. Just another pop in there to do that. And, sharing time and whatever subjects, being able to do the readings with the cards. I love the way that we, there's a card that I've got just sitting there on top. I've decided not to do my other camera because wasn't it last time we did that I got too confused and cut myself off and stuff like that, didn't I?
Yeah, and I think with all the troubles we were having with the program, the internet
at the time,
put the second one in it threw a wobbly.
Yeah. I think it is performing really well now, the platform that we're using at the moment. I am using the BeLive.tv. B.live. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. We're using the BeLive. I love it. I find it a very easy program to use. So, but there are others. And, I like that. Whoops, sorry, I missed the wrong one. I just realised that Ray Wins mentioned we both look fantastic, so I just thought I'd put that back up again. And a hello from Monica as well. So great to see that you're there. I just can't get over this one that you're ironing sheets. I just wonder the type of location you must be to be a nursing home or something like that, is it? Because I don't know of anyone that irons sheets personally. You're saying it's at work, and I think, wow, steam iron, one of those big iron presses.
Yeah, it's You're so cunning. I hope it
is. Yeah, wow. Anyway. Now, because we have this technology, here's a question that Adair's actually placed. I have a question. How much of my stuff will make it to Queensland? How much of my stuff will make it to Queensland? Just over half. I think you'll have fun sorting it out as to which half it's going to be that goes. The process of clearing and cleaning stuff out, it takes some time. Well, it has for me, and it still will for a while yet. So, yeah. Oh, there's an answer. Good.
Yeah.
There's
Airbnb
the
in Tasmania. Yeah,
Air,
we
the
stayed at
Airbnb.
Airbnb in Redmark. I love it, Airbnbs. Ah,
Yeah,
beautiful.
and there's using
Yeah.
the normal iron and ironing sheets. Well,
Oh my
well
goodness.
done to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
definitely. Monica's just
yeah.
letting us know that it's best ever so clear today. Wonderful. Thanks,
Mm,
honey.
mm. That's great
So,
feedback. Thank you. Because I know that the Be Live team in the background have been working really hard to get it so that we do have consistent, good quality, which is what you expect. But I mean, for the style of what this platform is and how easy it is to use and the function it's got, I think it's great for the price.
yeah.
And, you know, it has that versatility.
Yeah, even from like, what have we been on it now? Over 12 months, 12, 18
Oh, yeah.
months nearly?
Yeah.
Probably 18
Yeah.
months more so. Even
But,
how
yeah.
far it's come from when we started is
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the different options that we can have, which I haven't even used all of them yet. I mean, I've got that live shopping option activated. I've got the remote assistant activated, haven't used either of them yet, not fully. So it's all good though. And part of what we can do, hi Rashina. So, and we will get to doing some of these readings because I know it's partly why you do come here, because it's what we like doing. It's what we're doing ourselves for our own, professions, really, our income, our earnings, and we have mentioned that before, so it's not a new thing for you to know that. So we will get into doing. I'm going to start. I'm just finding the top so that because most of you who've been here before know that I like starting at the top of the list and working down. Leanne's good at doing the random roll scroll.
oh, yeah,
Hers goes so fast going through what choice you've got. But Leanne does. Oh, did it? See,
I couldn't scroll up. It
watch.
didn't let me scroll back because I think I was still having a couple of issues.
Yeah.
But it was just like, okay, just go bang and see what comes up.
Yeah. But you've got such a great memory in being able to remember who you've actually done before. I don't. So that's why I start at the top. So even at the top, the first one was Vanessa's, and she'd like a guidance card. So we're going to both do them, or we just take it in turn about to do it this way.
Turn my camera so I can see the comments. Oops, it's wobbly. Let's didn't send it flying. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do, hun.
Okay. Well, we'll do it as a turnaround now. I practiced this morning so I could get that right and solo me. And there's your card, Vanessa. It's whoops, so that you can see it more clearly. I'd like to know what's ahead for you. Well, with Mountain, what it's actually suggesting is that there are going to be a few hills and valleys along the way of what's ahead of you. But when you're actually looking at it, and I've got to see what a pointer, and this is going to be the fun part. See the little moose there? He's about to start on that journey is what I'm feeling, and that's representative of you in this instance. So just take those first steps and start that journey for what's ahead of you. And they're very good at actually doing the climbing around and about all of the crags, uphill, down dale. And think of that goal that you've got at the end. What is your focus? Where do you want to be? And put that as the predominant, this is the peak I want to achieve today. You know, if you're wanting to go only that far, or if you're wanting to climb that far or up that far, it's up to you to think of what goal you're attaining, what you're moving toward. So just move into it and get the stuff done that you need to be there.
Actually,
anything
Ros,
you want to add to that?
Right, if you want to, because this beautiful new deck of cards that I've just opened this morning, the Crystal Oracle Grid.
Can you hold that up again?
Yep.
So it's soloed. Yeah.
Yep, beautiful. So that's the Crystal Oracle Grid. So we can use these like a bit of a healing card is what I've been drawn to. So maybe if you want to, I can draw one of these cards for those that want a card. So, honey, I want to say move hands so it's clearer. And the card that jumped out as I shuffled while Ros was reading for you was the Spirit Guides card. So I want to say, look at your own intuition as well. And the crystal that they are recommending for you is the Celestite crystal. Okay. So look at your own energy, your own intuition in that way. Okay.
Cool. Yep, that's a good idea doing it like that. And
Quite like the feel of it.
Yeah, Charlize is just wanting to have a reading. So is there anything that you're sensing along that line? I'm not. For
okay. Yeah,
mediumship.
like obviously it's more of a general question than a direct question, but straight away I got pressure to the head. So I'm going to say, look at the tension that you're carrying around your neck, your shoulders area at the moment. So I do get the reference to there's a bit of frustration in your life at the moment. I get the feeling that energy will start to move, but you need to let go of the past so you can move forward. So I want to say, do the soul searching, look at what's coming in at that on that level sort of thing, and let go of okay. Things will
and I did just do a quick card, and it's the Tower, so it is the building up towards something new for you as well, but it's on the foundations you've already set and laid. So Ashton, whoa, I nearly hit the wrong key on the keyboard. Nearly escaped us. You know what that means, don't you?
Bye-bye.
I'll come back quick.
Yeah, definitely. So, good morning, ladies. I feel like I've got early next year with that, honey. January, February. Stop focusing so much on it. Work on the connection between you and your husband, honey. Okay? When
I'm getting a yes on that.
Yeah. Cool. I kind of feel like you're blocking it at the moment.
It's letting go of the pressure to perform. Basically.
It is.
Just have fun.
And I've been there. I know how that works. And it's hard.
I think we both have, haven't we?
Yeah. Anybody could have my ovaries at the moment. I'll give them away.
No one will want mine. They use this right now.
They probably don't want mine either.
When I was 45, that was it. Will my son get into uni with what he wants to do? I'm getting a yes myself.
Yes, too. Yeah.
Just thinking, I just do need to, what direction is he actually wanting to move in? What's the confirmation around that? Well, it definitely is. There's the balls.
I love it.
Definitely. There's the confirmation. Yep. And Lily, your heart's aching after your partner moving out over the weekend. Life is, sometimes I was just going to say a word, but I probably shouldn't.
Yeah. I'm picking up on your emotions, honey. So I feel like you are still very emotional about that as well. Okay. Part of me feels like it is a good move in the sense that I feel like you've been on a roller coaster for a little while and the signs have been there. I don't feel that he's completely out of your life though at the moment. So you may find with a bit of time he may come back in. The communication is important. So I want to say at this stage, there's the need for space, but within time, I get the reference to the communication is going to be there. I just got told to draw you a healing card. All right. Perfect emotions. Okay. So, and I want to say, look at the Black Moonstone. Okay. So that is going to help balance the hat. What did you find?
I was talking, but I'd muted, so you couldn't have been heard anyway. You hadn't heard me, nor had the others, but that's fine.
No,
the Owls card was just confirming it is a wise move at the moment. So that's all that was.
Are you sensing it's over, Ros?
I'm sensing. Well, I'm actually feeling that they're probably. We always carry the memories and stuff with us as well, so it takes a little bit of time for that to be out of the system. It's not so much that you want to actually cut them off, which there's not a necessity to do that. There is going to be some interaction still, like you've mentioned. It's communication, and sometimes we can continue to love, but still not have that position in our life where we are suited to living together. That's just what life can be. The wise choice is to live apart, still be friends, do whatever is needed in that line. And I'm thinking that might be the instance. I'm feeling that yes, it still will be a continuation, but in a different level. So Excuse me for that. And the dog's barking.
And there's a little doggy on the screen.
Oh, that's almost a Russell, like Russ
Yeah,
here.
I reckon.
And he looks up at me. It's sort of similar to that, and he'll talk to me. So, yes, that's exactly what it looks like.
Keep doing that.
Yeah.
We're going to get a place we applied for. It's going to process to get one. Yes, I do feel you will. Okay. See it being yours. Feel yourself living in it before you even get that answer. Yeah. See yourself laying your furniture out.
And I think too, part of that was, when we were saying cutting ties before, I think it's just cutting the negatives out of that thought process too, is what I'm getting. Feel confident, have that positive there. I don't like doing the boy-girl factor. No.
Boy. I'm having a grandchild in January. Boy, I get boy with that. Very much blue.
The colours in the background here look very much the right ones, doesn't it?
It does. The same thing. I love it.
And Jessica is wondering if there's any messages from her dad. So
okay. All right. I get the emotion building up, and I feel like I'm choked up in the throat, honey. So whether you weren't able to communicate with him in the way you wanted to, or he wasn't able to communicate before his passing, I just get there's a lot of love and the pride. I look at the moon. So I don't know if you look up at the stars, the moon at night. I'm very much drawn to the moon. I get the reference to there is a strong connection with yourself and your dad through the moon in that way. He's proud of you, honey. He wants me to acknowledge how far that you've come since his passing. But he also says focus on the study. So when I say look at the study that you're needing to do or to finish off, but he wants you to focus on that. He keeps playing behind my head, so I don't know if you at times find that you get that tickle. That's his energy, his soul letting you know he's with you at that very time. Okay? So it's lots of love and pride.
Guess what card I pulled?
The moon.
God, I love what they give us. What I was sensing too as you were talking was a fishing rod. So whether it's something that he really enjoyed doing, it felt like the moonshine on water as, camping, fishing type stuff. So it's I'm feeling that's something you enjoyed doing together and he enjoyed doing too.
I want to go fishing.
It could be on my mind too, since we're heading up next week to the shack.
I have my friend calls me his other wife. So he's my one of my close friends. It's her husband, and he says I've got two wives, but he does my gardening and trims my bushes, but doesn't get the benefits. But I call him my fishing husband because my husband doesn't like to go fishing. He does. So I leave my husband home to go to work, and I go with my girlfriend and her husband. We share him. He puts my hooks on when I can't get him.
Yeah, look, I have to admit that I do like to have someone with me, as in who will change my bait.
I do the bait. It's just when I get it all messy and I can't get it undone.
And getting any fish off too. Oh, what's that one we hadn't actually answered? I had that next. So that's ladies, have some guidance with work, please. I actually just pulled the card that was the young lady influence. So I'm thinking that there is some. It almost feels like mentoring rather than being mentored by. So keep an eye on a young lady to, I suppose, help her out too in the work scene.
It's funny you say that because I was sensing that there's a bit of frustration around it at the moment, and I felt more pressure was going to be or is being put on you currently. So that would make sense.
Yeah, especially if it's not something you've done much of before, it can be a bit of a challenge to help another in that scenario, mentoring. But you can do it. You have the ability to do that if that's where you're being asked to help out. To do it for your work, not just help out. Sun taking son-in-law taking off for good this time. Will he try taking my granddaughter, please?
Yes and no, I got with that. So I want to say yes, taking off for good. No, he'll go quiet for a while. So I get the feeling of the planning and going quiet. So when I say it's about being one step ahead of him in that way. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the sense I get too. So yeah. We did that one. And Tina here, she is sick at the moment with a throat infection and had to cancel a driving lesson. Hope he's not too pissed off with me. No, it's not. It's one of those things that do happen. When you're sick, and it's something that...
And he would get that a bit at times, so...
Yeah.
He's got an emergency list, honey, so I would say he's got a waiting list, so he would have filled your spot quite quickly, okay? And I love the fact that you said... No, well, it's not the fact that you're sick, honey. The fact that you got a throat infection with what you've been going through lately and the releasing, that is part of the detoxing, okay?
And it's also remembering that, sometimes we ourselves can get a bit stuck on communicating because we think, oh, maybe they're going to think that about us, and et cetera, overthinking it. No, you've passed on that you're sick, and that's it. That's accepted at the other end and everything too. So, and Wendy's feeling lost and everything seems to be going wrong. Can you see things getting better from a family, please?
Yeah. I can, honey, but I get the reference to it's about releasing at the moment. So I want to say, look at everything that is coming up. What are the lessons in it? What is the need to release, let go, give gratitude sort of thing. And when you do, then you'll move forward.
And I'm going to make this one really big so that you can see that it is important to think of the good luck that's coming, because that's what that's about. It is the clover. It is the good luck clover. It's 4-leaf. Focus on that and what's coming forward on that positive level. Okay.
The card I pulled was the crossroads. So you're just at crossroads, honey, at the moment. So it's what this year's doing is bringing up a lot of soul stuff on that soul level. So this is stuff that you have pushed down for a long period of time. Now you're being forced to focus at it. I just get that it's coming up. You're feeling at that crossroads because you don't know which way to go because of everything that has been mounting up for a long period of time. Reflect, give gratitude, breathe, let it go, and you will find that clarity will come with that luck and opportunities next year.
Yep, and so true. Kelly Ann, watching from work, wanting to see if things will get easier with her daughter because she's become so hard. I was shuffling the cards while Leanne was there focusing on your question. And what you've got the flowers. So don't give yourself a hard time around how your daughter is becoming hard or seeming to you. She is going through what she needs to be working through, and it's really most for parents, for mums especially, we do want to nurture and fix things. This is actually telling me that it's not the issue of your daughter being hard. It's looking after yourself. It's nurturing yourself and just being kind to her. It's the two-way street. It really is that. Be kind, not to interfere, but just to support. And if she's going through a hard time, it's just being a witness and a loving mother in the presence of rather than the doing of. Okay, is there anything more you've got to add for that one?
I decided to pull cards, and 2 came out. So one was first the emotions, honey. So I want to say the need to look at your own emotions at the moment, because it's not about your daughter, it's got to be about you. You need to nurture you first. Pull in your spirit guides, ask them to help her in that sense. I'm picking up your emotions with that. Okay, this is her journey. She needs to learn from it. But as much as you want to be there and protect her, like Ros was saying, you need to protect your energy so you're not taking that on as well. So the need to put yourself in a bubble or something that resonates with you. Okay, it will get there. No. You're mute, Ros.
Yes, I forgot. I was shuffling some cards. Yeah, sometimes it does take that. And I was just going to say, you've said it a lot before over time, as in over the, the last year, 18 months, whatever time we've been doing this together. It is that breathing. It is taking that time out. When it does feel so frustrating and you feel like, just those deep breaths and refocus on that inner you rather than putting it out, externalizing it. Just ask that self question, why am I feeling this way? And just breathe through it, because it's not always their issue. Yeah, it is their issue, but we try to, like I said before.
Yeah.
So, the breathing can be it. Now, and it's not actually you're failing either. It's not. It's just things that they are meant to be, because I just noticed that as I rolled past on the back end.
And sometimes some of us, and this is something I'm seeing quite commonly lately, some of us are having to learn those hard lessons this year. So once she does get that lesson and she finds her way, so to speak, she's going to move forward. It's the releasing. Okay, I feel that with your daughter, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of pain that's built up there. So she's got to find a way to release that. Okay.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Now we've got Darlene, who's wondering if there's any messages from her late husband, her being at a crossroad. Funny how some of the cards come up that are similar and needed for the next.
Yeah, well, that was crossroad on the last one as well. All right, honey. You get the tickle. So as Ros was reading your message, I keep getting the tickle to the face. So I want to say the tickle under the eye as well as the corner of the nose. So whether you find yourself doing that regularly, that's your husband's energy trying to get your attention. So I want to say, look at what is going on around you. Then I want to say, look at the bigger picture, look at family with that side of it. So to me, I just feel like he's trying to get your attention around that. Okay. Lots of love, lots of guidance, a pride that comes through as well. So he knows that you talk to him regularly. So I always say, trust what you feel, you think, you see, you hear, you know. And he just told me, please, could you call my wife a card? Clarity. That clarity will come through very shortly.
Let's put the two of them together.
I love it.
Yes. And that's choices. So it really is. You'll have the clarity just at the right time to make the choice you know you need to be doing, which way you go. And Brenny, you're just wanting a reading, bit of guidance around the terrible stuff that's been thrown at me lately. What are you actually attracting? I'm feeling there's just some thought process that there's a negative, something that's clinging on from an event that you're holding like a grudge in a way, but there's something, the terrible stuff is attracting because of that. You're holding on to it. Let it go. That's just what I'm getting. What are you receiving around?
Yeah, I was drawn to that energy as well, where your mindset is at the moment. So I want to say, change the thought process, change as that negative stuff comes up, acknowledge it and let it go. Give gratitude, let it go, turn it around to a positive thought, because I'm a big believer, as a lot of you will know, if we're in that negative mindset, we're manifesting that negativity in our energy. If we're positive, we're going to draw that positive. Okay?
Yeah.
It will soon pass. Put yourself first, nurture you.
Yeah, and the card that came up for that is 8 is the coffin. In this instance, I'm just getting death. Treat it like a death. Cut off that whatever thought process it is and bury it. Send it off to where the ethers are that take souls and all that represents in the old Egyptian way. Cut it off like it's a death. So
in a sense, by doing that, you're bringing something to an end to open up, because I was drawn to the 9-1. 9 is the end, the completion of a cycle. 1 is new beginnings.
Which is down the bottom.
I love it. Thank you, Ros.
I thought I had to have a look. What is the number down the bottom?
Yeah,
it was 8, but what's down the bottom? Yes, there's a 9. So thank you for that question, Brenny. Hopefully it helps. Now, let me go down further. I know there's lots and lots of messages way, way, way down. Here's Monica's. I'm starting to scroll like you, but I'm still only scrolling slowly. Like a card.
Okay.
So you go first.
All right. So I'm actually asking what healing you're needing in your life at the moment, honey. All right. Peace. I would say the need to find peace. The timing.
And it's the time now.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It really is the time to nurture you. So when I say find that peace within your mind, your emotions, your physical, and you're going to bring that balance in as well. And I get this, I'm drawn to, in this card, the strong structure, the cross with that. So I want to say when you find that peace in that timing, you're going to have that strength. Okay.
And timing itself is structured, but it's also just a construct that is human. Not in the earth factor. We did answer Adair's, didn't we, as far as how much of her stuff would go to Queensland.
I think you're traveling a bit lighter than you were hoping, honey.
Yeah, I think so. Leanne went to the doctor. Oh, hang on, beautiful Leanne. Oh, how I read that was Leanne went to the doctors today. Went to the doctors today, still having terrible fever after the abscess in my arm. Do you see me admitted or infection still around? That is
be patient. As Ros was pulling that, I'll pull you a card in a sec, but as Ros was reading that, I'm sitting here swiveling my chair and I just get, you got to be patient, let your body do the healing. I think I spoke to you the other night on my live on Wednesday night and I said you need to rest, you need to nurture you. Take a break. You've been trying to juggle everything. And I think I said to you since you had the baby that your body, it hasn't recuperated properly, even though he's 5 months old. Prosperity. Okay.
And allow your loved ones to actually nurture you is what that's for. And you've got prosperity there, was it?
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so we'll come.
Well, that's interesting. Here's Monica. She's got a question not to do with what I'm reading, just want to know our ages.
I'm old.
Now go back to around September the 3rd and you'll find out. That's my birthday. No, we're not old. We just we've got a lot of life experiences behind us, and I've just got a few more than you have. That's all.
Just a little.
Yeah. So, did you want to say your age or not?
I think I'm 47. I was going to stop and think how old my husband is because I'm a couple of months younger than him.
Yeah, I used to have to do that. I'd have to sit and think, what year was I born, and calculate it, because it's not something that's important in my head. But because this is 60, that's why I remembered off the top of my head. Yes.
I tell you what, I'm feeling old today because my oldest daughter turns 20 tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. It's once they're not teenagers, it starts to kick in. But then you still live your life as you do. Age is an irrelevance because that's part of that time factor. And when you start looking more into the esoteric realm and the metaphysical and the quantum and all that is, they're only names for what we give to it so that we can understand it. Actually being in this energy, living it as the people we are with our souls, our hearts, all that's physical, energetic and moves out. Time's not relevant. We have those parallel universes, if that's what you've studied and understand. We have other entities that we've been and become and are still to be. You know, it's all of those. It's just what is. So we just live here in this experience. Just be the best person you are, regardless of what age. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Trisha's got a big one
this morning, wasn't it? What was that? Right down the bottom.
I think it's the third one up now. It says that she's turning 60 for her next one. Holy moly.
Yeah, I'll beat you, Trish. Just one of you.
You got Ros's age now.
Maybe one day after I get with you. So, yes. I'm not sure what that one's referring to because I've just whizzed down the bottom of the stream. Now
I think
back
Darren,
where I was.
Trish may have been having a conversation. Possibly. I did see
Yeah,
a little back.
that's the one thing with the Be Live in the back end studio. You don't see where it's what do you call that thing? A thread. You don't see that what replies are to a thread or whether it's in the initial comment stream. So you're looking at things, what's that about? And you don't know because it's in a thread. It's someone's insider conversation. Just thought, yeah, that's quite right, isn't it?
Ros, just while you're down there in the bottom, can I just acknowledge Fiona's comment? She just says, may I ask for prayers for my granddaughter, who's going for surgery tomorrow on her brain, so to get the fluid out. Please thank Universal. I'm sending lots of love and healing, honey. Okay, she'll be okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think she'll be a slow recovery, but it's going to be okay.
It'll move forward. Yeah, forward.
Yeah.
She's meant to be here.
Definitely. She's got a lot to teach you.
Yes. Yeah. I had the experience many years ago of a friend being pregnant with a bubs that they discovered. And it was in the days of new scan, where the scannings and stuff showed up things. And that was their experience was baby had fluid there. Not a good experience, but choices are what they are. And I'm just looking for where the heck I got up to. I can't find it. It was there. I've got it.
Yeah.
Not that we're going to get through all of them because we never do. So that's just the luck of the draw, isn't it? If there's any more that are further down that you feel led to. But this one is Sarah's got to get through the PTSD due to being burned in a boat fire. Ooh, that would have been a very bad experience. So I feel for you through that. I'm
actually trying to past life with that one, honey. So I do feel there's something that's coming up from a past life with you with that. So whether you went through something similar in the way of a burning, I feel like burning at the stake is the reference I got with that in a past life. So I do, yes, I want to say try to push past the fears. Okay, because I keep getting this. The universe, like I keep saying to people, is quite enlightened this year. We've gone through some massive things. My feeling is you've got the PTSD from the boat fire, but you've also got the heightened energy of the universe, which is really sort of testing you in that way. This energy is starting to shift very shortly, so I do feel that things will get better. Okay, maybe some hypnotherapy, Ros, would that work?
Yeah, look, I think moving through, like back to that past life issue, and also realizing, that the initial question that you come in with isn't always the one that's being dealt with, if you understand that. And I was thinking whilst you were talking, that the stake, yes, but it's don't worry about the physical body. It is only a physical body. That's the lesson that you're needing to be learnt. That's what is for this lifetime. You've had to re-experience it just to know the importance of there is. Yes, we are in this physical body, but you are the important part, being that spirit, that soul within a body. It's only a body. So there's needing to have that disconnection from the stress around the body. Yeah, there might be some lingering pain still as a residual and things like that, but that is where hypnotherapy can help through. Even in NLP can help through with some of that. I mean, there's so many different tools. But it can be, it's moving past that connection so that that subconscious level doesn't recognise it as being that enduring and lingering connection because it's been dealt with in a past life. Doesn't need to continue in this one, even though you've had that lesson again. So, yeah.
I just get that you're a fighter, honey. You're strong. You're going to get through this. Okay.
Yeah. I just noticed that. So cool you came over. So there you go. That's part of that inner conversation, I think. So, friends to watch. Oh, there's that comment back. Remember that card that we had with the mountain, with the moose at the bottom? I'm so much the moose.
Look, in a positive way.
Yeah, and this is something to remind people too that do watch these style of shows. Even though a card or a reading is being given to someone specifically that's related to the message that we put up, that's one of the beauties of Be Live. We can put these comments on the screen. Not all of these programs allow that. We're lucky it does. And it's not just that the cards or the reading itself is just for that person. Sometimes anyone else who's watching and listening and seeing the messages, it might resonate with you. Take that on board, that it is actually saying something to you directly as well. Like Adair has said, this message relates to my circumstances as well. That's exactly the energy that is around us all the time. It's not just that it's for the one person, because we are actually humanity. And the resonance of the energy has the different nuance for each person, but it can mean something to you too. So accept it when it is something you know for sure is speaking to you as well. Okay.
Sure.
And then there's Jess. Have you got anything for her? Because I'm just going to mute myself and put you solo so I can take a slug of water.
Okay, I'm going to just pull your card, honey, because it was more of a general one as well. But I do feel there are changes going on around you. And I get the reference to the soul healing. So I want to say you are doing the deeper work at the moment with that side of it. Allow this energy to come and to move, because I do feel there's a bit of fear that moves in that as well. I'm drawn to the moons on each corner of that. So I say, do the reflection on the night sky, connect to the moon, and the moon will bring you that center, that grounding in that way. Some of these crystals I've never heard of. Tangana quartz. Tangana quartz is the reference that you get there with that. Okay, so wishing you all the very best with that.
Which one was that again? Oh, because I was looking at the chat stream.
Tangerine quartz.
It's not something I've ever heard of either. Oh, tangerine.
Tangerine.
It's just the way you pronounce it. I sort of thought tangerine. Yeah. No, that's tangerine. Tangerine's a fruit, so it's like an orange. It's a citrus type thing. So to be yellow, it'd be more solar plexus related. Sorry.
That's okay, you go for it.
Oh, never heard of that one. Like you said, tangerine. We can create our own language.
I always do.
I love that. Yeah, I'm trying to find where the message is to take it off now. So thank you, Jess, for that. Now, Bethany, if we don't mind for Bethany, because I know some of these are probably just starting to repeat now, Ben Lauren.
Yeah.
I was shuffling while I was waiting, and it's the mask. So what I'm getting is, hey, hang on, you need to choose if you're wanting some definite results in this one. This one, I'm feeling for you that you're actually more confused about something, and you're putting on too many masks, trying to hide what you're really wanting to be, do, say in some way with a person. And I'm feeling that's with one person in particular, and you know what I'm talking about. So anything else to add to that one?
No, I'm content with that one.
And Trish is just saying, oh, we can throw her some cards. Look, here, want the 48? Or whatever there is in there. I don't know what there is.
Whatever we do work ourselves for others. It is. I always like to get some guidance to know I'm on the right track. That's the way I look at it.
Look, honestly, it's part of why I do the daily one at the 8 o'clock in the morning. I started doing it for my own pleasure, for my own learning, to get familiar with these cards, the Lenormands. And it's just grown into, I love this guidance. Does it always follow through? I don't know, because I've not done the debrief every night. But it just feels good to have that general energy put into the day from what is the cards. And it doesn't mean it's all going to be in concrete, this is what's going to happen. But it does in the end when you look at it and interpret it later. So,
that's it. So the card I've pulled for you, honey, is Nature's Cycle. So everything you've been working on is coming back around to the forefront. So you may find that that cycle's coming to an end, a new one's beginning. I love the circle.
And there's, the circle on the card, but also with more detail this time. So there's something further in that cycling through that you're going to find that you missed before that'll just enhance and complete. And Natalie is
morning,
she can have a card too. Oh, I love the little thing. Their little avatar thing.
How's it going? Ready? We can do it. Ready?
I haven't got a. Is there a piercing in that one? Oh, I have got a daughter who did attempt that. I don't know whether she's still got it even. The tongue piercing.
Oh, no.
You probably can't see it as clearly as I can in my back end. I'm just going to quickly max that because this one is the home card. So it's the emphasis around family and home and feeling just so comfortable in that. Growing and developing it and nurturing that is what I'm getting there. So home for you is what you're concentrating on at the moment.
And
self-love. I'll max that one.
So, so honey, self-love. So nurturing the home and that, loving yourself, nurturing you. So,
okay.
And then the cards come up again. The number 4 keeps coming up with cards today, I'm noticing.
Lovely.
So,
now, here, Adriana, can you do mine, please? I'm assuming it means a card or just a reading. I couldn't find a question earlier that popped up. And we do prefer that they actually are more detailed questions, which I forgot to mention at the start. But, can't. I mean, it's perfect as it is. I was just going to say, can't be perfect every time, but when am I? And that imperfection is the perfection. Okay.
Exactly.
What have you got?
The card I'm trying to pick up is stuck. Okay, fun. Remember to have fun.
As you're cracking the whip on whatever it is you're cleaning up on.
Exactly.
Whip.
Oh goodness, orange selenite.
So
selenite. It's a hard one to read. So,
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so have fun.
Giving us guidance.
Yeah, because I get the reference to as you're cracking that whip, you're releasing and by having fun, you're going to find you'll move forward quite quickly.
Yeah. And because we are coming close, we're past time. Thank you, Lily, for your thank you. And I probably will finish it on that. So there are some who are going to miss out this time, but that's the way that the cookie crumbles, basically. It's one of those, I like that, Trish, you're starting a new way of doing what you do. That's good. So thank you.
I love that big sound bowl that you're holding on to there.
The what? Let's have a look.
Bowl in the picture.
I'll put up her next comment. Oh, yeah, Himalayan singing bowls they are, and wonderful instruments compared to – there's just so much in the field of sound therapy that it can be used. It's the vibration of sound. It's the creation of who we are is with sound, vibration, whether it's in the form of sound, whether it's in the form of light, colours, our emotions, our feelings, that spirit vibration that we have that comes from soul. It's our connection with humanity as well. So thank you for being here to everybody. Thank you, Trish. I had to add that one. Just saw it pop up.
Can I just say to Sammy, yes, will I get married in January? I get yes.
Oh, that one there. Yeah, I did see that there. Yeah. I'll pop that in. So you were the lucky one.
Got my attention.
So, yeah. And that's what happens when we are actually connecting in with our spirit, with our guides, angels, our, even those that do enjoy practicing or doing their mediumship and all the rest, connecting. It is at the vibration of what we connect with is at that spirit level, at the soul level, and it's what takes our attention at the time. We can't physically, in our being human, actually take on absolutely everything all at once. We have access to it. We have the knowledge for it all, but it's just something that we physically are not in a position to do. Understanding that and knowing that the right thing comes up at the right time really, I think, is the important part of breathing into just being the best person you can be with what's needed at this point in time. It is being present in this moment. And we're here enjoying this moment of sharing our skills and time with you, being able to give readings as we do. Further readings will need to be booked if you need to have that access with that detail on a personal level. Leanne's is on Spirit Sparks. What's your page again?
You just look up Leanne Winston Psychic Medium, which is Facebook Spirit Sparks is the search bar.
The connection is in the description of what today's live is. The same with mine. It's just the Ros boundary. I've decided to go with that. So if you need anything further, access us that way and respect the boundaries of times that we will and won't be available in business hours, basically, is what I'm wanting to emphasize there. So we'll be here again, hopefully be here again next Tuesday at the 10:30. It may be that next week that Leanne might be the one with the finger on the button, because I'll be at either Fisherman's Bay or Streaky Bay. I'm not sure which yet. Ooh. So I'll be on the mobile, so hopefully I can still connect. Okay? Nice.
Yeah.
I think that's the plan. We're coming up to the 20th. Yes, I think that's next week and possibly the week after might be the same. That's something we'll go with the flow as we do here. It is time now to finish. Is there anything you want to finish with? What's coming up for you, Leanne?
Coming up for me in a couple of weeks, not this weekend, the weekend after, I'll be at Redmark. We've got the online workshops and stuff happening, so if you want to join in on that at any time, the beginners online can be picked up at any time. So what's going on? Just I want to say, people, just take the time, acknowledge what you're going through, where you've come from, and give gratitude, let it go, so you're not taking this energy into next year.
Yep. Keep your eyes open, your ears to the ground, and open your hearts to what Spirit has for you. Be guided. Trust it. And we'll see you next week. I'll be on tomorrow at 8 on my page. Ros boundary one for the daily one. Otherwise, there you go. Mildura. Mum said.
Mildura. Mount Gambier, Mum.
Oh, Mount Gambier. Yep, she said, sorry, Mount Gambier. I've corrected that one.
Don't get people hopeful. I get lots of messages asking when I'm coming back to Mildura.
Oh, dear. And the last thank you, ladies, from Natalie. Thank you. I like the one that I chose as the last. In New Zealand, it's used as a greeting.
Very fun and loving. I love it.
So we'll see you then. Bye, everyone.
Bye.